His pro-life, pro-homeschooling, pro-faith-based initiatives, author in Washington. His, well, I guess, kind of cut to the chase, I just want to introduce the next President of the United States, your friend and mine, Dr. Ron Paul.
In the district, in order to, present the case for the Constitution and limited government, it has been challenging. And one of the key group of people that have worked for me for so long over these many years have been the homeschoolers. They seem to understand the Constitution. I wonder why that is. Homeschoolers seem to understand the Constitution compared to those who have gone to public schools. So I'm highly critical of the public school system. I praise homeschoolers, but I have to admit I went through the public school system, and so did my children. But I always thought it was a struggle to relearn or get rid of those things that were put into my brain that I thought turned out to be incorrect. So in economic policy or the understanding of the Constitution. So that is why, I have a lot of optimism, and one of them has to do with the homeschoolers. And all I have to do is look around and see if there's a contest, a spelling bee or some other geography, and I say, oh, those homeschoolers are doing pretty good. I guess they're getting a pretty good education. And since I got to know so many homeschoolers in my district, one thing that I have learned that has been wholeheartedly refuted, they always say about people that homeschool their kids, the children will be withdrawn and not be personally sociable. And all I know is that first thing is when I would campaign, the homeschoolers, actually, they were allowed out of school to come to an event, such as a politician being in town. And lo and behold, I knew if it was a rally or something and somebody 8, 10, 12, or 14 stood up and asked a question, a very intelligent question, I didn't have to ask where they were getting their education. So the poise that they have and all, it's just been remarkable. But, it is reassuring to know this. And it's reassuring to know that we still have this freedom and this responsibility to our children, but we can't even take that for granted. Because in the 1980s in Texas, homeschooling was severely challenged, and I believe the challenge will return if we are not careful. But today we are still fortunate. We can homeschool our kids, and we can have private schools. I would try to help them more, financially, not by grants, obviously, and not even by but what I would do is allow tax credits so people can get some of their own tax money back and not send it to the government if there are expenses involved, whether they're homeschooled or whether they are in private schools or whether they're extra tutoring, just so that we can get some of that money back in where the responsibility and the determination for education is by the parent. But